This unit is Get Started with Picklists on the Picklist Administration module and the Admin Intermediate Trail, which is actually on the Becoming a Salesforce Admin trail mix. My name is Jeff Alhadeff. You're welcome to join me as I work my way through this unit and hopefully become a Salesforce admin. Or if I come across something I think might be useful to you, I'll link to it directly in the description below, so you can just jump to it. Okay, after completing this unit, you will be able to decide when to add a picklist field, decide which type of picklist you need, and create a custom picklist. Why do you use a picklist? When you're at a bakery ordering cookies, you want to know what kinds of cookies they have instead of just guessing what to order. Note: this module can induce a snack craving. That's cute. And that's actually funny. So, good job. Picklists are menus that expand to give users choices. I'm sure you've seen picklists and probably even created a few by now. Macaroon flavor. I don't like macaroons. When you're desperate, on Passover, it's like the go-to dessert. Chocolate's not too bad. Picklists help simplify data entry and standardize values. They guide users to the values they need and make data entry quick. They're not ideal for long entries or values that are unique. For example, picklists are great for selecting a cookie, not so great for a customer's street address or last name. Your last name could only be one of the three I have offered. Okay. We have more than one type of picklist. You're here to learn which type is best for your use case. So let's get to know your picklists. Anatomy of a picklist. Picklists have two parts. The field, that's number one, defines the type of a picklist. Can users select more than one value? Is the field dependent on another field for its value set? You set those options and more at the field level. The value set defines the choices a user sees, their order, and the default value, and other settings. Pretty basic, but this is an important distinction. You manage these two parts separately. For now, we focus on the field. In the next unit, you focus on the values. We have three types of picklists: standard, custom, multi, custom multi-select. And picklist fields can have the following properties: restricted, dependent, or controlling. Okay, so there's these types of picklists, and picklist fields have the following properties. And then the values. Values can be defined in three ways. Set individual values when you create the picklist. These are specific to a single picklist field. Use the built-in set of values for the standard picklist fields that come with your Salesforce org. Create a global value set. A global value set is a custom set of values you create to share with more than one picklist field. Let's take a look at the different varieties of picklist fields. We cover values in a later unit. Okay, I'm a little bit lost, actually. Okay, normal feeling for me. Standard pick lists are the ones that are included in your Salesforce org before any customization. Examples include the lead source pick list and the lead object, the opportunity stage pick list and the opportunity object, and others. Standard pick list fields are included for the common fields you'll likely want on standard objects that come with your org. Okay. Standard pick list fields sometimes share a standard value set. For example, on the lead object, the lead source pick list values are part of a standard value set. The same values are also used on the account object for the account source pick list field. When you change a value from that set in the lead source pick list setting, the change also appears in the account source pick list field values. For more flexibility, you need a custom pick list field. Okay, so this was the first one. Standard pick lists. And then what this said was there's some pick lists that come standard. Custom pick lists, I probably said more than that, but custom pick lists are those ones you create. You can add your own values and configure custom pick list behavior. As you create a new field, select pick list as the field type. Here are the steps to create a custom pick list. You can do more customization later. In Setup, click the Object Manager tab. Okay. And then select the object to contain the pick list field. I'm going to use the whatever object. Click Fields and Relationships, click New. Select Pick List and then click Next. Enter a label for the pick list field. Wouldn't it be funny if I named the label whatever? It was the whatever pick list on the whatever object. Whatever. The field name is automatically generated. The field name is often called API name, since it's a way to reference it programmatically. Enter values, each value separated by a new line. Enter your values. Okay. Is that right? I'm spelling it. I don't feel like I'm spelling that right. I wasn't. Oh, and my favorite movies. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Best movie pick list. Enter your values. Optionally sort the values alphabetically, or use the first value and the first in the list as the default value, or both. If you select both options, Salesforce alphabetizes the entries and then sets the first alphabetized value as the default. I don't want to do that. You can use the formula to assign a default value dynamically. We get into that later. Choose whether to restrict this pick list values to admin approved list. This is where you can decide this should be a restricted pick list. You can change it later if you find you do need to accept values in the field. Click Next. Well, I don't think there's any other good movies out there, so I'm going to restrict it. I'll click Next. Establish field level security. Choose the page layouts. Click Save. Make this visible to everybody. And it's on the whatever layout. Custom, okay. If you're just joining me now, there is no whatever object. I created that whatever object in my it's in my Trailhead Playground. I would not recommend actually having a whatever object though, because people would look at them. Whatever is that for? You wouldn't know, because whatever. Anyhow, custom multi-select pick lists. However, I do recommend in your own Trailhead Playground having fun and putting in your own personal jokes, because you might as well laugh at it, because probably nobody else will. Custom multi-select pick lists. When you create a custom pick list, notice the pick list multi-select option too. There it is. Pick this option if you want users to select more than one value from the pick list. When a user picks more than one value, the selected values show in the field separated by a semicolon. Do they have to select more than one value? No, they can select only one. Now, you're probably thinking then, why don't I always select multi-select pick list? And that's in case you want to restrict users to just one value. So just remember, pick list, only one value at a time. Sometimes that's a good thing. Multi-select pick list, one or more values at a time. Also consider the following. Multi-select pick lists have a lower limit on total values. See pick list limitations for more information. You can convert a custom pick list to a multi-select pick list to support multiple values in the field later. However, when you convert a multi-select pick list to a pick list field that doesn't support multi-select, Salesforce clears the values for that field on existing records. The new field only allows one value. You can convert a custom pick list to a multi-select pick list to support multiple values in the field later. Okay, that made sense this time. So if you create a custom pick list, but then you want to change it to a multi-select, you can. However, when you convert multi-select pick lists to a pick list field that doesn't support multi-select, so if you're going from multi-select just to one, Salesforce clears the values for the field on existing records. So then that's going to erase previous information. So it will just take the first one, maybe? I'm not clear what it actually does. It seems like it's going to delete something on the field, but I'm not clear on what that is. Reports referencing multi-select pick lists should use contains or includes, not equals, to collect all results that contain more than one value. Okay, so when you're doing a report, okay, you should do contains or includes, not equals. Oh, because if you do equals, it's going to, let's say you said you were looking for two cities. You wanted sales reports in Seattle and San Francisco. So if you had multi-select, then if you looked just for Seattle, if you did equals Seattle, you're going to miss the ones that had Seattle and San Francisco. That must be like some sort of case where there's companies that have two headquarters, for example. Okay. In report results or dashboards, multi-select pick list selections are grouped independently. For example, one record has A, B, and C values, another record has B and C values, and another record has only C selected. You get three different groupings, one for A, B, C, and one for B, C, and another for C. Okay, because those are three different options. Only specific functions can reference multi-select pick lists and formulas. See tips for working with pick lists and multi-select pick list formula fields for more information. And I'm really jealous of this team that they're able to include a hyperlink directly on Trailhead. Our guidelines are to put it just at the bottom of the resource section. So this is cool. Tip: in Lightning Experience, select deselect values for multi-select pick lists by holding the Control, Windows, or Command Mac key on the keyboard while clicking the last active entry, or use a none value option to undo the current selections. Okay. Restricted pick lists keep users from adding new values, either through the API or other apps. This restriction is useful for keeping your data consistent. Imagine someone working in an app that loads data into your pick list by entering a typo into the list. For example, vanilla. Well, if you like vanilla out there, it might be an error. If you don't restrict the values on a pick list, you can get records with values like vanilla instead of vanilla. Oh, they had to tell me that? Or added values that you just don't want to see. With a restricted pick list, your pick list data stays clean. Admins with permissions to edit the field can continue to add and edit values. Okay. You set a restricted pick list when you select the Restrict Pick List to the values defined in the Value Set option when you create a custom pick list. To change the setting on an existing pick list, go to the Pick List Details page and select Edit. And then select Restrict Pick List to the values defined in the value set. Yeah, I have that down here. Which, I'm not sure if you could see it because I'm not getting the whole screen in, but I think so. Click Save. Okay. Dependent pick lists. Guide users, save UI space, and further improve data integrity with a dependent pick list. A dependent pick list filters values for one pick list based on a selection from another pick list or a checkbox, that's the controlling value, on the same record. Say your bakery has 100 different kinds of cookies. Your bakery has 100 different types of cookies. I even got it wrong. Your bakery has 100 different kinds of cookies. There, I said it. This is one of those things that you can't repeat, otherwise you'll just be stuck in a loop on it. And you want to guide customers with gluten or nut allergies to cookies that don't have gluten or nuts. Create a controlling pick list for preferences to select all, gluten-free or nut-free. Then, select the cookie flavor pick list as a dependent pick list of the preference pick list. When someone selects gluten-free, the cookie flavor pick list shows only the gluten-free flavors of macaroons. We cover how to set a dependent pick list in the next unit. Cool. Compare pick list fields. Consider printing this, laminate it, hanging on your wall. That's cute. You can add and remove page layouts and a standard pick list, custom pick list, and multi-select pick list. How do I do this? Put little images in there. That's cute. You can't delete. You can add and remove from page layouts. You can't delete a standard pick list from your org. You can set it as a default value. Cool. Be restricted, can be dependent. Okay, that covers the pick list field types and properties. In the next unit, you focus on things you can do with the pick list's values. Hands-on challenge. You work for a cookie store. You sell lots of macaroons. What's a macaroon? A macaroon is a cookie that comes in many flavors. So your customers have lots of choices. Add a pick list field to the standard product object in the following settings. Product, pick list, macaroon flavor. Restrict pick list values to define value set is selected. Include these values. Okay. I'll be right back. You won't have to wait long though, because it's not going to take long. For you. Or for me either, really. But I'm not really sure that I got this right, because the product object in my Trailhead Playground, the API name is product2. I don't know if that's because I messed around with it at one point. So I'm not sure if it's going to work because of that. If you go to fields and relationships, I created the macaroon flavor pick list. Here it is. Yeah, this page looks a little bit different. Oh, a second. Make sure to restrict pick list values to the defined select. Yeah, restrict pick list values to the defined in the value set. Okay, yeah, I got this. And I already dealt with the field accessibility, so and I made sure it was visible to everybody in the setup process, so that should work. Unless the object thing is wrong. It worked. Cool. Thanks.